What is up, everyone, and welcome back to another bullish breakdown. Today I have a big breakdown over one of my favorite stocks and actually one of my top gainers within my portfolio. Now, we haven't seen a buying opportunity in this stock in quite some time, so this is going to be a very interesting video for all of you. Now, I do want to show you guys first that this is one of my larger positions, and we are talking about Hood today, Robinhood markets. Now, as you guys can see, I have around 175 shares left. I've already trimmed off over 400 shares, but we are up around 220% over here in the Fidelity account for about a $6,000 gain on 75 shares. And in the Robinhood account itself, we are up around $7,643 or 179% on 100 shares over there. So we're going to be talking about Robinhood today because I think that they look very good. They're actually down over 20% from their highs at $153 down to where they currently stand at $119.50. So I do want this to be a very quick video as always, but before I do get into it, I have a few things here. Make sure you guys like and subscribe as it does really help out the channel. Also, make sure you guys drop a comment on a stock that you guys want to see covered. Maybe it's an informational video, whatever that's going to be, let me know and I'll make sure to have that out for you guys. Also, guys, we are going to be opening new spots for our premium service coming at the end of this year. So make sure you guys click the first link in our description down below. Join up today so you don't miss out on that great opportunity. Those spots don't come often, so make sure you scoop those up. Now that we have talked about that and our positions here, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about Robinhood. So we can see here on the daily time frame that Robinhood has been kind of, chopping around for the most part, but kind of working its way down, not really doing a whole lot. But we did see a nice bounce as we were coming down to the 200 EMA. So I have a lot of ideas for Robinhood here. So first, we have this nice little gap right here, which we did respect and we did move on. I want to see this continue to respect. Now, this is the big thing of this whole entire play. I'm going to be looking to take some more shares, possibly some calls, realistically some calls off of the bounce if we are to respect this. So what I do want to see is I want to see us either go like this and respect this, or we can come back down and we can come all the way down, fill it, and then come back up. But I want to see us respect and bounce off of this gap. What I don't want to see and what would lead me away from these calls is if we do go and do something like this, and then come down to the 200 EMA. Now, in my opinion, this would be more bullish long term, but for our calls, obviously that would wipe out the option of that. We'd have to wait until we get down to the 200 EMA, but if we do, I am definitely going to be taking big calls. So if we are able to go like this, move down off the 200 EMA and bounce off the 200 EMA, oh boy, guys, this thing could easily run to about 160 probably by the end of Q1 2026, pretty easily, and that's with us getting back down to around $100 in share price. I could 100% see that happening, and I will be taking calls, most likely leaps if we do get down to that zone. I'm very confident at the 200 EMA with Robinhood, and the reason for that being is we haven't seen this 200 EMA since back in April. My last buy on Robinhood was at $40 under this 200 EMA, or sorry, at under $30 at this 200 EMA right here. I was able to scoop a small bit under $30 right here as we fell under 29, and that was a great buy. Now, my average price on both of my positions is around $40 to $42. So overall, we still had a higher share price, but I was able to buy the shares DCA at that good cost, and I believe that this is a good time to DCA if we can find ourselves back under this 200 EMA. Because you guys can see, it does not last long. This is the last time that we have seen ourselves under the 200 EMA in quite some time here. So right here, we're under the 200 EMA, and then back at, $8 or whatever this is right here. Yeah, back at $14 was when we were back under the EMA. So you guys can see the strength of this move and the strength of Robinhood itself. Now, with this move, we can talk about some kind of targets. Now, if we're going to come back down to the 200 EMA, I'm going to measure from the 200 EMA all the way up and back down to the 200 EMA. Now, this is pretty extended here in the forms of, this is some pretty good price targets. These are some long-term price targets. I don't think that these are going to take time. I don't think this is going to happen in months. I think this is going to happen in a year. I think we can see 223 by the end of next year. And in 2027, I think we can see 300 if the market does stay hot. But I don't want this to sound like it's going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen overnight. We're going to see this thing run down to that 200 EMA, realistically chop around down there, and then we're going to see a move back up to all-time highs first, and that is the most important. But even from there, that's about 50% gain. If we're to come up from that all-time highs, or from 200 EMA to all-time highs, it's about 50% gain. From there to our first target, it's about a 120% gain. And to our second target, that's about 200% gain. And from our entry, down at $40, it's about a 628% gain. Now, if that happens, that's going to be great. I'm going to make a lot of money, but I'm going to be pissed that I sold off over 500 shares. Now, Robinhood is currently sitting at a market cap of $107.45 billion. So it is a large company, but it is not too large. I do think that with the way that Robinhood is growing, that there is a possibility that this is a $500 billion company at the minimum over the next 5, 10 years. I believe that by the time I'm around 40, this is 20 years. Like I said, we're talking long time frames here when we're talking about 200 DMAs. But I seriously do believe that there is a chance where this company is a $1 trillion company. It sounds crazy to say, and this is not financial advice. This is my own personal opinion. I mean, clearly this is insane to say, but with the growth that we have seen out of this company, they have started their Robinhood banking. Okay, they have done Robinhood Legend. Nobody else has a service like that. Nobody else has one at at that quality and at the quality with the amount of growth that they're still putting into it. I'm seeing updates on Robinhood Legend every other day. They added short selling this year. Their Robinhood Gold card, their Robinhood Gold subscription, all of these things, their Robinhood debit card, the Robinhood Bank, like I talked about, showing you your net worth, talking about Robinhood strategies. Obviously, they have the Roth. They added where you can add new accounts now. You can do joint accounts. You can do your Roth IRA. You can do everything on Robinhood, and I absolutely love their service. I think they have the most, simple and understandable UI out there, and I believe that that is the most important when looking at something like this. That's why I originally bought, or that's why I originally bought Robinhood, and that is why I'm so happy with my purchase. Now, I do also want to talk about one other thing, and this is a huge, 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 huge thing. So you guys see how all the time, whether it's me or yourself or on social media, when people are posting profits, where are they coming from? 95% of the time when I see profits, it's Robinhood. And you know what that is? Every single time that I see a Robinhood screenshot, that is someone advertising, unintentionally advertising for Robinhood. Every single time that I post on TikTok, YouTube, or Twitter, and I have a screenshot of some Robinhood profits, just like I did earlier in this video, every single time that comes up and someone, subconsciously, oh, that's Robinhood, I know Robinhood. And then when you see everybody posting with their Robinhood profits, you're going to be more inclined to go use Robinhood when you do download a brokerage. You know, I have friends that are looking to get into stocks. What's the first question they ask me? What brokerage should I go with? I've seen Robinhood. Should I go with Robinhood? Yeah, you should. Because I really like their service. I think they're a really great service. When you see everybody else using something, you're going to be more inclined to use it. Much like Apple. If more people had Samsung phones, everyone would use Samsung. But more people have iPhones, so you feel more inclined because it is a premium brand, and that is what Robinhood has done. They're an innovative brand that is outpacing, Schwab and Fidelity. What have those two companies done over the past 5, 10, 20 years? Nothing. Okay, they've done a great job at keeping customers and continuing to grow their customers' wealth through their, ETFs and what they have there. But I believe Robinhood's on the same track. Their growth is absolutely insane. Whether that is with financials, whether that is with customers, whether that is with transfers, they are killing it everywhere. They have 12 businesses making $100 million or more a year. Now, I also do want to talk about, and I totally forgot about this. I meant to say this: prediction markets. Prediction markets are crazy, guys. They are making billions of dollars off of these prediction markets, and they are going to actually start making a profit off these. Obviously, it's such a new thing where they're making billions of dollars, but they're not keeping that yet. Right now, they're making billions and they're keeping millions. But over time, as they start to make 5 billion, 10 billion, 20 billion off of these prediction markets, as they do continue to grow, and they've seen massive growth. For example, I'm a Chiefs fan. I live in Kansas City. Chiefs suck right now, but they were playing the Broncos a few weeks ago. That game had 15 million contracts traded, and for every contract traded, Robinhood gets 1 cent. Okay, next year that's going up to 4 cents. Okay, so whatever that math is, I'm not going to care to do it right now, but 15 million times 4 cents is still a pretty good chunk. And then you add that up over a 30 or a 16 game slate on a week of NFL. You add that up over 32 teams playing 162 games a year for MLB. You add that over the MLB. You add that over they're doing Fed rate cuts. You can bet on the climate. You can bet and say I think that it's going to be hotter than 70 degrees today. Are you fucking kidding me? They are insane. They are so far ahead. I think that stuff is crazy. It's not for me, but people love it. And they are showing that it is high demand right now. So I believe that Robinhood is going to do great. I know I'm getting away from our topic here, but overall, I just have a good passion for this company because they have done nothing but grow. Vlad Tenev, their CEO, has done nothing but accelerate this brand and really get them to a point of a premium status. People understand that Robinhood isn't this GameStop scam business anymore. They had that happen. They came back from that. That shit is old news. Okay, halting is a real thing now. That needed to happen. Okay, just because Robinhood took the blame for it doesn't mean that they're a bad company. Okay, so this is stuff that you have to look at. I'm very, 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 very much a bull on Robinhood. I very, very, very much love this company, and I will be buying calls and shares if we do get below the 200 MA. And like I said, if we're able to respect this fair value gap right here, this gap that we have, and we can go like this, oh, sweet, I'll get in on this retest right here. Okay, and you know what? If we get in on this retest and we break down, look, we'll take leaps, and your position will look something like this. Get in like this. Look, your stop loss, and you'll just add right before your stop loss. Okay, this is a 1-to-1, and obviously, I mean, if you went with leaps, 4.72 risk to reward, and honestly, I would draw this down and let's say even 4. Make it a 4 risk to reward. That is more. That is so worth my time. Do I think Robinhood's gonna drop below 96? Probably not. Probably not. And if I buy here, then it's gonna lower my average, and I can have an average. You know, I can have my average look like this, and you can have a better risk reward. So this is some ideas that you have to think about. I think that Robinhood's a great idea. I know I totally got off topic here and I've just been rambling, but I hope you enjoyed my ramble. I don't have much more for you guys today, but Robinhood looks absolutely amazing. You guys know I'll be sending out alerts in our premium Discord. But remember, this is not financial advice. This is all my opinion. I think that Robinhood looks great, but that's why I say I think. Okay, I don't know. I don't know anything. I could be wrong, but a lot of times I'm right. So do with that as you will. But I will catch y'all in the next video. Make sure you guys check out the video on each side of me right here. Stay safe. Merry Christmas. Later, guys.